I may have accidentally future-proofed my road bike. I'll explain what I mean, but first, let's get riding. So for those of you who don't know, I have a Canyon Inflite CF SL 7, I think. And then it's basically a carbon cyclocross bike. Ironically, I wanted to buy this because this was supposed to be my road bike slash gravel race bike. And now it seems like racing gravel, you need a minimum of like 45 tires, possibly even 50. This is basically like an obsolete gravel bike. Like I can fit 40 tires on this, but it's not ideal. Like I think the sweet spot for gravel for this bike would be 38. And it's at 40. The toe overlap is just too much. But as a road bike, it seems like this bike might be a little bit future-proofed. Let's see if I can get more light. So as a road bike, this bike is a carbon fiber bike. It's light enough for me. Honestly, I don't really need it to be a sub 7 bike. Although I think I can make this a sub 8 if I just spent more money. But as a road bike, it's nice and agile. It is a cyclocross bike, so it is meant to race. And it's light enough for going up the hills. It's plenty fast for me. It's not the most aero road bike, especially with how road bikes are heading towards nowadays, where basically everything is lightweight and aero. But you know, I'm not racing professionally, so this is totally fine. And I've used this for a lot of road rides, fast road rides and audax, long distance rides. And the reason why I think I may have accidentally bought a future-proofed road bike is because, so it ticks all of those road bike boxes, right? But these days, it seems like I've been listening to a lot of Nero's show and watching some NorCal cycling.
That's nuts. A 38 on a road bike.
And it seems like the trend these days is to go towards thicker and thicker tires. Even the Tour de France guys are using 30 to 32 tires once you actually measure the width of the tires. And right now, I'm using Maxxis Re-Fuse 700 by 32. I think the actual width on this is 33. And if the trend is towards thicker and thicker tires, let's say 5 years from now, I wonder if the norm for road cycling will be 35 tires. Maybe 10 years from now, I don't know. Because I met a few people where they say that they used to even race on 19 tires. And then we've jumped from 19 to 28 to 30. And I'm running a 32, and for road riding, especially through these not so great roads, the 32 tires are perfect. I'm sure there'll be a time where I'll want to buy another fast carbon race bike, but for now, this will do. Isda! Like sometimes I'll see an old rim brake road bike and I'll be honest with you, I don't know if I could own one. I'm sure I'd be fine to ride one, but if I owned one, I don't know, man. I'd probably never really ride it. Disc brakes, wider tires. If I do opt to buy like carbon wheels, those could be the main wheels. If I had carbon wheels on my rim brake bike, I would feel like it would be such a waste because every time I would press on the brakes, I'm shortening its lifespan. So, I don't know. Hopefully, this bike lasts me a couple of years. Hey, they're here. Boss! Shout out! Morning, baby. So I also mentioned the Maxxis Re-Fuse 700 by 32. So here's a quick review for the 700 by 32 Maxxis Re-Fuse. So far, I've logged about 300 kilometers on the Maxxis Re-Fuse 700 by 32C. Some crappy roads and some fast road rides. I run them tubeless, of course. These are marketed as their supreme anti-puncture protection tire, but I am finding it plenty fast for the type of riding that I'm used to. Yesterday, I was at a fast road ride, at least it was fast for me, and I didn't feel like it was slowing me down at all. These tires remind me of a less supple, but seemingly better puncture-resistant Panaracer Gravel King semi-slicks. The 32mm stated width, actual width on my tire was closer to 33, seems like a good balance for speed and comfort for the types of pothole roads that I tend to ride on. Maxxis Re-Fuse so far, pretty good for me. Hot day, started pretty late. Also, I've been running my Canyon Inflite more often because I recently had a fit with Martin and I just wanted to see how the new fit was before I asked Kenneth to cut off the chimney. So I'm gonna end this vlog with Kenneth cutting off the chimney.